welcome to my October Videocast. I'm Mike Richie, District Administrator for the Northland Pines School District, and I'm excited to be here today with a former alumni, I should say, a graduate of Northland Pines, Courtney Weber. So welcome, Courtney, first of all. And Courtney is a school social worker, and this is a new position for us here at Northland Pines. And so we're going to talk a little bit about the role of a social worker and what her job duties do include. So let's meet our new social worker, Courtney Weber. So Courtney, first of all, you're a 2011 graduate of Northland Pines High School, right?
Yes.
Did I really give you your diploma in 2011?
Yes.
Well, welcome back. It's so nice. It is so nice to have any of our alumni that come back and work in our school district. And a fun fact out there is we have so many alumni that work here in the Northland Pines School District, and so we're proud to bring our alumni back, to be back in the community, back in our school family, and work with our students and our families. So you graduated from Northland Pines in 2011, and then what path did you take, and what happened to you from 2011 to get you here today?
So after graduation, I went down to Milwaukee, and I went to the University of Milwaukee and graduated there in 2014, actually, with a degree in social work. And I worked, after that, I worked at a community resource center and with foster children doing supervised visitations. Following that year, I did go out to Baltimore and get my graduate degree in social work. And I was fortunate enough to work out in a school out there as a social worker.
So Northland Pines High School, Milwaukee, Baltimore, back to Eagle River. So it's so awesome to have you back here, and I'm assuming your family's excited and all your relatives to have you back in Eagle River. And I know just watching you this past few weeks work with students and the interaction you have it's amazing. So can we talk about the role of a school social worker? What are your job duties, and as a school social worker, what do you mainly focus on?
My job here is to focus on the well-being of our students, and that includes out in the community, within their family system, whatever that may look like. So I go out in the community, try and find resources that will meet the needs of all of our families and all of our students. And I do work with students one-on-one. I work with groups of students with similar needs, and I also serve as the homeless liaison for our district.
Okay, and looking at our district, and I know we talk about poverty, we talk about students that are free and reduced lunch, and we're over 40%. I'm sure that plays into what the student goes through on a daily basis. So I would assume poverty is an issue. What else do you notice with students and families in rural Wisconsin? Maybe not even just in our district, but we're a very rural northern Wisconsin school district. So what do you think is the main factor of students that need to see a social worker?
I think that each building has unique needs. I know poverty is a problem across our district, and we know that poverty brings chronic stress on children and families, and it does affect how they function within a school environment. I think that mental health needs are also very high as far as depression and anxiety go, and how we can address that with our students and help our students persevere through our educational day and programming in general. I know divorce rates are really high in our community, and in fact, I know in 2014, which is the most recent data, we did have 60 families that are in our school district who had children that were affected by divorce. And divorce brings about social and psychological difficulties, and again adds another layer to the difficulty of functioning in schools.
And I know, talking about divorce with students, and especially when you've got the joint custody issue with students, you may have one set of rules in one house, a different set in the other house. They do homework in one house but not the other house. They stay up late in one house, go to bed early in one house. Then when they come to school, now the teacher deals with that environment they had the previous week or night before. And then when you talk to those students, what do you try to say to them, or do you talk to the parents? And when we have a situation like I just mentioned, then do you actually contact parents to talk about being consistent and what would help their child in school?
Oftentimes, I would start with the child and see what they need or what they are lacking, and then we would go to the parents. And I would often do this with the school counselors, especially at the elementary level. And we would address to the parents the difficulties that the child is having in school and how a consistent schedule and routine can really benefit them, not only in school, but in the community and at home.
Mm-hmm. And now your role then as a social worker, you're working with that mental health aspect of the student. And again, back in rural Wisconsin, it can be difficult to find services for families compared to an urban area where they might have more resources available. So one of your jobs is to try to reach out and get those resources for the families, correct?
Mm-hmm. I know that this community has really wrapped around me, and a lot of people have been reaching out, including Kate Gardner from the social services and Heidi Carnes, who's a social worker at Ministry, have really taken me in and shown me the resources of our community and how we can help our students to the fullest.
The role of the school counselor has changed over the past number of years, and now we are very focused on career education and making the counselor's role is to make sure the students are on the right path to pursue a career, and also with scheduling and making sure that they complete everything they need to complete within their schedule. If they are a college-bound student, it's really important to make sure they take the right classes, meet certain deadlines, help them with their financial aid, or help them with their college application. They talk to students and families about possible scholarships. And so the role of a counselor is much different than a school social worker. And we are just so fortunate in our school district here at Northern Pines to have school counselors and now a social worker. And so I do applaud our community through our referendums. Through those referendums, we were fortunate not to have to cut programs. And this is just another step in the right direction. We now have a school resource officer in place, a school social worker in place, and school counselors in place. And so we are here to help your students, and we are here to work with every family in any capacity that we need to. So I know we're in the high school right now. You have an office here, but you also have offices in the other buildings, and so you're not just stationed here at the high school, but we will see you in Land O'Lakes, we'll see you in St. Germain, we'll see you over at the K-8 next door. And so again, I just want to say welcome. And I guess one final question would be, if you had a goal for the year or a vision for the year in your position, what do you really want to accomplish within your first year as a school social worker for us?
Within my first year, I definitely want to develop the school social work program and make it known to the community and the school officials what a school social worker does and can do to assist a child in learning and functioning within the school environment.
Well, I can't thank you enough for coming back, and it's great to have you here. And again, if you want more information about the Northern Pines School District, you can certainly go to our website. You can go to our app. We're on Facebook, Twitter. Just follow us through social media. And if you would like to talk to someone, never hesitate to give us a call. We'll help you out and answer any questions you might have. So have a great day, and thanks for watching.
Thank you.